we can go ahead and kind of jump into our topics for the day because we got a few things to talk about.
Yeah, we got quite a bit.
So, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about Snoop Dogg. First of all,
Okay,
congratulations for him being on WWE.
Yes, sir.
Give that. Audience on delay a little bit. Yeah, but
Tell me about the WWE because I didn't get a chance to check that
the
out.
only thing I know, like I think he got a belt for what I know. I don't really follow wrestling like that. My future brother-in-law does. I just happened to see it. He came out there, did the people's elbow on some.
Okay.
And got the belt. I think he did an elbow on the owner's, like the McMahon and his owner's nephew. I guess he's running it now. So,
Okay.
yeah, he did the elbow and got the belt. Also, WWE has been bought by the UFC for I think it was like 20 billion.
Word?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I did not know about that. Man.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because really, they was the only when the pandemic hit. They was the only ones that was really doing like the full crowds and stuff in Florida.
Right.
They was really the only ones doing that. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
In a sense. So yeah, but let's go back to Snoop again.
Yeah. You were saying he did some painting.
Yeah, and like I said, I meant to share that with you. Brittany shared that with me and my girlfriend, and it was kind of like a funny meme talking about, whatever Snoop been on, whatever Snoop smoking, I want some of it. But I mean, I think it was kind of just, it wasn't like Picasso.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's painting, man, and I mean, painting's relaxing, and the thing of it is, like I explained to her, like, shoot, that man has seen so much stuff, been in so many situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Snoop has probably seen things that me and you probably won't ever see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not even on the industry side, just the street side.
Yeah.
Just, the man lost, known people that came up in the industry that he lost, Tupac, things like that. So, record label mate.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Gang wars, man.
Yeah, so I like I said, I'm for it. If that what it takes for that man to heal, I respect that. Because I think that needs to be shown, because especially as black people, we're always shown in this light like we gotta be monsters. We gotta be natural born killers and stuff. No, we don't have to do that. Sometimes we can have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really good and important for people to see another outlet where they can paint and express themselves. Whether it be music or things like that. I really, like I said, it kind of resonates with me because you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in Snoop's shoes like that, but for what all he's been through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go through half the stuff, and I've been through a lot, so I wouldn't even want to go through half the shit he been through. But yeah, man, I love the fact that, like you said, he's trying to do something, take up a new hobby there, because art is dope. And I mean, if you have that talent, I think you should be putting your stuff out there. And so I'm really anxious to see how it looks, because I didn't get a chance to see it. So
yeah, I'll share it with you. Like I said, I meant to.
Okay.
And then, like I was gonna say too, yeah, man, I've been watching Bob Ross, man. Like, I watch him on Tubi. Yeah. So I'd be thinking, like, maybe Snoop would be watching on Tubi.
Right. I'm gonna throw a little bush right here.
Oh man,
a happy little tree right there.
Yeah, Bob be killing me. Bob be funny though, Keith.
Though, man. Have you ever seen the documentary they did on him?
Nah, I haven't.
It's good.
Me and Brittany gonna try to do that sometime. But yeah, man, that's crazy in itself too. I didn't know he had a son.
Right.
I found that out the other day.
You find out a lot more about him on that documentary. I believe it's on Netflix. I believe. But yeah, go check it out, man, because it's good. I learned a lot about him. I was like, whoa, this dude had a lot going on.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, so shout out to Snoop, man. I mean, listen, Snoop Dogg is a brand right now.
Facts.
I mean, he went from just rapper to celebrity to now a brand. Because, I mean, he's all over the place. I mean, you see him on the Corona beer commercials with
Sketches.
Yeah, Sketches. I mean, dude.
You know, I don't like them fucking shit. I know he don't wear them
Right.
shits.
I mean, I'm sure man. But, I mean, he getting paid to wear them. You know what I mean? For the commercial. So, you know, I just love what Snoop is doing because he's making a lot of major moves that, you know, the older you get, if they're still willing to work with you and still put you out there, dude, man, get that bag, man. Because, I mean, you know, he's still working on reviving Death Row Records. He just got that going. So, I mean, he got a lot going on, man.
And the thing of it is, too, you know, it's like he's still relevant. Like a lot of people still, I mean, in a era where, like, you know, being the old guy is kind of like shunned upon.
Right.
People are still looking at him for relevancy.
And that's you know what, that's the big thing about how it is these days versus when I was growing up, because nowadays, if you want to stay relevant, your face has to be in the camera at least a couple times a month. You know what I mean? People at least need to see you during every calendar month doing something. And Snoop is definitely doing that. Now, when I grew up, it didn't really take all of that. You know, somebody like, let's say a Big Daddy Kane, he could drop an album and 2 years later, everybody would still be like, where's the new Big Daddy Kane? Whereas now, you stop for 2 years and everybody forgot about you. And you drop something, they're like, oh yeah, all right, I forgot about him. You know what I mean? So nowadays, it's all about you got to be in that camera all the time, which, you know, I'm glad he's doing that, but I hate that it's come to that. You know what I mean? That you only can stay relevant if you're always being seen. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that reminds me. That's something I meant to write in the notes. Speaking of Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
So there was this heifer at in Mississippi who got fired for well, they didn't fire, but they removed. But she's, you know, Snoop has got a new drink out. I think it's an alcoholic drink. I forgot the name of it. But she said on TV, he's like, yeah, so you're going to get that? And she goes, for shizzle, my nizzle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had to remember.
Yeah, so you start talking about it, I remember.
Yeah, it was in Mississippi. Man, white people like, man, I used to say that. I used to say, it's like, yeah, but you're not on national TV. Like, she shouldn't have no business saying that. And especially not in fucking Mississippi. It's like the most racist state.
But see, it's funny though, because she's saying she didn't know that's what it meant. She's saying that she just always heard the lyrics and just wanted to quote Snoop in general. Yeah. Which, if she's really genuine, then I get it. But if you're lying and you really knew, you probably, you know, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? But,
I don't think. I mean, some of them didn't know, but I mean, I pretty much. You know, when I first heard it, I knew.
Right.
I think they know. They just be like, oh no, I didn't know. No.
Right. It's so obvious to me, because my thing is, if you hear a lyric like that and you know it's not real words, you're gonna ask when it first comes out, like, what does he mean by that? For shizzle my nizzle. You know what I mean? You don't just go 20, 30 years and keep saying it and never thought, I wonder what that means. At some point, you should have asked and would have known. So I don't know. Part of me feels like she lying. You know what I mean? Like she just.
Oh, no, that bitch lying.
But she, you know, just didn't want to get in trouble. So she playing a slow, dumb card. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, that would kill me. They the most intelligent, you know, creatures on the planet Earth. And when it comes to certain shit, they get need you quick.
Right. Yeah, man. So, you know, that's what happened. But I thought that was interesting, man. You know. But like I said, if she genuinely didn't know, then, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about next? Let me mention, what about the choke no joke thing I was telling you about? You want to talk about that?
So yeah, we can do that. We can talk about pretty much, like I said, it's Hassan versus everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't see the choke no joke. So bring me up to speed on that.
So basically, you know, there was a protest in New York about the hip hop museum, which, you know, I think it was futile to do it because they're protesting the museum concerning Africa Bambaataa. when Africa Bambaataa is actually not even on the board of the museum. You know what I mean? He's not even part of the project.
No.
He was at one time, from what I understand, and he dropped out around 2016. It's 2023, and so basically, Choke No Joke is calling out Hassan Campbell because he's like, okay, you're claiming that you're a big victim of his and that he did all this stuff to you, but when it came down to the protest, you didn't even show up. And this would have been important for you to come and state your case, like, yeah, I don't want to be, I want everybody to know what this man did to me and blah, blah, blah. If you're that much of a victim, Choke No Joke is like, why the F weren't you there? You know what I mean? And it was some representative of his, like some female went there. He was like, yeah. And, I sent a female there because it was the month of Ramadan, which it is the month of Ramadan right now. And so he was like, I didn't want to go because it's Ramadan. And, I don't know, man. I don't know if he...
I think that nigga Muslim on Saturday.
Right. It's like, are you really Muslim?
That nigga sneaking pork on Tuesdays and shit.
Exactly. Tuesdays pork, man. You know what I mean?
That nigga sneaking pork.
Like, hold on, man. Let me get this off my lips real quick. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. Let me talk. Shall we begin?
Right.
Let me talk to you. Get your stop box right. TV turned off.
I just thought it was funny, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of with Choke No Joke on that because this was supposed to be a big thing about protesting Africa Bambaataa. Now, I don't agree with them protesting the museum because that's about hip hop, and like I said, Africa Bambaataa is not even part of the project. But on the other side, if you really want to protest Africa Bambaataa, then so be it. Make it about him specifically, not about the museum. And then show up and plead your case. You know what I mean? Here's what happened to me. I don't want that to happen to nobody else. Here's what you need to look out for. Here's how I was groomed or whatever. And so I and it's funny because Choke No Joke, his video was out probably a good 10 days ago. 10 or 11 days ago. And Hassan Campbell has not responded yet.
Wow.
And so I was thinking he was going, because, he always act like he's so confrontational, but yet you ain't said nothing. You know what I mean? So, and I don't mean no disrespect to Hassan as a person, but if this is really a valid argument, you should have spoke up about it. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people, as you were telling me, have been coming out about Hassan Campbell. So tell me more about that.
So, yeah, Doggy Diamonds, shout out to him. And, there's the others, 10 Toes Down.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. I mean, there have been a lot of people been calling them out on his shit, just to be honest with you. But Doggy stopped fucking with him because it's almost like, he would really help. He would really try to help this guy because like he wanted,
right.
He felt like, especially with Doggy Diamonds, he felt like, he put his platform on the line. And he put Star. Star was also a big candidate advocate for trying to get that story out.
Right, I remember.
Yeah, but I think they started to move away from it when he, every time he get help, it's almost like he bite the hand that feeds him, right? In a sense. So like, yeah, I mean, I think I think they do. I think everybody's kind of got a right to get upset. But Doggy was just pretty much like, yeah, man, I've helped you out. There's stuff that we talk in confidence over the phone.
Right.
The next thing I know, you're making a video about it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Things of that nature.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's real suspect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing like personal.
Right.
It would just be like maybe like an idea.
Yeah.
And then what he'll do, he'll take that idea and, speak on it. Or a topic. And it wasn't like, no, we're not gonna, he didn't want to make it a topic. He just, in general just wanted to talk about, this is what this was. So, but yeah, he tried to help and Hassan responded to him talking about, I'm I'm gonna rape you or something like that. It's just like, man, it's just
yeah,
crazy.
it was like, dude, you sound real weird right now.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Talking about I'm gonna rape. And,
yeah.
And then, and then what man, it got fucked up. The doggy was like, you know how doggy had those like, he does that like voice. Like he changed, when you listen, he changed the voice.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, man, if you out there crying, talking about, I want to jump off, jump, expeditiously, jump. And I'm like, God damn.
Yo.
Sure. I was like,
you got to bring out that Joe Clark voice.
It's a jump expeditiously.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, man, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people just against them, but they have right. They have right to, and me personally, I wanted to, believe,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, but there was a lot of other people that kind of backed off away from it. All the other victims, and it's like that's another thing the doggy was saying. Like, look, we know where Afrika Bambaataa is. He's in New Jersey,
right?
Like we know where he at.
Right.
How come you ain't getting him?
Right.
And even like with 10 toes down, he even said, and this was a couple of years ago, he even said that, yeah, we got paperwork and things to move on the case.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to do it.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? The long story short, so yeah, man, it's something ain't right.
It's funny, man. Somebody need to be doing something. I mean, But another thing Choke No Joke pointed out, he said that, which I didn't know about, he was like, there was some recent events within the past, let's say 5 to 7 years, where Hassan Campbell was actually hanging out with Afrika Bambaataa for some reason. I don't know. I was like, so somebody who did this to you, you still, you driving around in a car with him? I just thought that was weird, man. I don't know. He didn't really go into detail, but I was like, yo, that's crazy. So, yeah, you ain't going to catch me dead near somebody who, quote unquote, allegedly molested me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Molested me. So,
evidently he
I can't fuck with you on that one, though. Right.
He wouldn't get molested.
So, yeah, that's an interesting story. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. And don't forget, hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
We need funds. Allocated to take down Afrika Bambaataa.
Wait a minute.
I'm just playing, man.
I don't want the Zulu Nation to pop up over here and tell me, brother, we gonna dance to the perfect beat.
Right. We're gonna dance to the perfect beat.
You can start stomping on my ass. Oh, another thing we need to talk about. That's something else I'm about to write down. And there's another question of the day.
Okay.
Is AI going to replace real music?
I believe it will. At least, if not fully, I believe it will partially, because they already got AI making music.
Do you hear that? You heard the Jay-Z? I think I shared that with you. That they had the Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit go hard too.
Yeah, it sounded
that shit went hard.
It sounded just like them. They had one for Kanye. They got one for Jay-Z. They both sound just like them.
Yo.
Remember they had the AI artificial
rapper.
I forget his name, but he actually made like a whole album and all of that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I believe it's at least going to take over partially, but if not, it will take over fully. Yeah. And I don't know why people would stand around and allow that shit to happen, but to me, the whole thing is it's turning America into, just overall, just slugs, man. It's like we just want to sit back and just feed me. I don't want to move.
Oh shit, that's
do everything.
They ain't like a Wally.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like, that's kind of like in the direction that they want us to go.
Yeah.
Because they want, you know what I'm saying, in a nutshell, they want us dependent on them. And then they're going to try to make the decisions over your life about how you. So, yeah, I think the AI is kind of a part of that. Matter of fact, I think Elon Musk was kind of like, look, we might need to chill out on this AI stuff because it's getting to the point where it's developing so much.
Yeah.
Because even with the Chat GPT. They had the third version. They came out with the fourth. Hell, they probably got a fifth version as we speak right now. The way it's going. Someone had a presentation, and when the 4 came out, they was like this close to scrapping their whole presentation because so many changes has happened with the AI. So yeah, I mean it's getting a little crazy out here.
It really is, man. I don't like the whole AI movement, man. I really don't. I mean, all these people like Elon Musk are starting to speak out against it, even though you were the main proponent of it in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden now you're like, oh, we're taking it too far. It was too far fucking 10 years ago, man.
It was too far when y'all started fucking with the shit.
Right.
That's what it really was. So, yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit now. You know what I mean? People try to tell y'all that shit was too far.
But yeah, hey, we here now, so shit. Man.
Yep, we here.
Yep.
But you know, I always felt like, you know, that iRobot movie, you know, shit like that was something similar to that was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, let's move on, man.